going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now,
Jimothy.
So ladies and gents, we are back, and I just wanted to quickly run through my UK Nationals experience, and what an experience it was indeed. So to cut a long story short, before I go into the story, I actually dropped out of UK Nats after round 2, I believe. I managed to win both of those round 1 and 2, but I gave my wins to my opponent. And this is why. So the night before, I decided to do some testing. Was doing some testing with Vanquish Soul, which was the deck that I took, and I was fairly confident in doing okay with the deck. I wasn't expecting to win anything by any means, but I was going to try and do the best that I could. I did believe that I could have potentially topped, especially with how the deck is at the moment, how I constructed it. It was looking really strong, but I just had a few drinks the night before, did a bit of testing. Testing went well. I was actually speaking to one of my friends the night before, and I was saying to him, listen, you need to register your deck list, otherwise you're not going to be able to play the list that you've got, because you haven't registered anything and you're going to get a loss. So I was stressing it to him without actually checking my own. So I got to UK Nationals, again sitting around in the morning having a joke and a laugh, talking to people. There was quite a few people there that we knew. Obviously it was in our home city. Get to round 1, and I decided just before round 1 starts, because there was a few admin things and the judges were talking, I thought, let me just check my deck to see if I've put Evil Swarm Exciton Knight in the extra deck, because I felt like that was one card that I potentially might have missed out. So go to check my extra deck, and lo and behold, it is not in there. But guess what, ladies and gents, neither was any of the other cards that I had in my extra deck, apart from 3 Rock of the Vanquisher, which just absolutely broke my heart. So I had to take all those cards out my deck and just put them somewhere else. I couldn't use them because I didn't register them on Neuron, and obviously my deck list, I had an error on it. So I was so tilted at that point, ladies and gents. But I said to myself, you know what, I'm just going to play out these 2 rounds and then just see how it goes, and then potentially make a decision on what I do from there. But I'd already kind of decided in my head that I was going to drop. Played round 1, played against Madolce. It was a grind, absolutely grinded it out, ladies and gents. I actually gave the win to my opponent, but I didn't lose. Like the plot armor here is so crazy. And I was telling some of my friends after the game 1, I was like, oh, I can't believe you've done that, but you should just carry on, see how far you get. And then some of them was like, oh, just deregister, you'll take a round 1 loss anyway, and then you can obviously register again, and then just register the correct deck list and just play on from there. But I was too tilted to carry on, so do that basically. So I decided to just go play round 2. I won round 2 as well. It was absolutely crazy. I played against Runic Stun, and just like, I'm sure I had like 15 minutes left on the round. I managed to win, but again, I gave my win to my opponent. I just says, you know what, you can have the win. Like, I'm not going to carry on. And I proceeded to drop from the tournament, and I was so frustrated. So I went and sat in Starbucks, had myself a coffee and a sandwich, put my correct deck list on Neuron, and then I just sat there for a bit, and then I met up with some of my friends and was like, you know what, let's jump into a 3v3. So we decided to play the 3v3, and we actually did pretty well. We got to the finals. We lost in the finals against the team that was undefeated. However, personally, I didn't actually lose any games. Like, I won all the games in the 3v3, which was absolutely crazy. I played against Snake Eye a couple of times as well, which was tough. I played against Yubao, which was a disgusting matchup. Managed to evenly match for 7, by the way, which was crazy, but anyway, yeah, we managed to come, I believe we got second because we lost in the finals. We was X-0 in terms of games. We was just clapping our opponents, and we managed to lose in the final, which was a little bit frustrating, but sorry, we didn't lose in the final. We lost round 2 and then won round 3, which was a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is, ladies and gents. But that was my experience in a nutshell. Now, I was feeling confident with the deck, and I think another Vanquish Soul player actually topped or bubbled. I can't remember exactly, but it was frustrating because I felt like I was really good with the deck. I hadn't lost with the deck up until that point, and I still haven't lost, and that was like my last 3 locals that I attended. I went XO every time, and I was feeling really confident, but I lost I lost to myself basically, which was highly frustrating. But all in all, ladies and gents, it was a decent experience, and it was my own fault, to be honest. Like, I needed to be more prepared, and I had a few drinks the night before, and I'm not blaming it on that, but it was definitely in my own control why I actually did what I did in terms of nationals. And I was speaking to a few of my friends. I actually managed to top afterwards, and I was like, I can't believe you've done that. Like, what was you doing? And I explained, and they just laughed at me. So yeah, it is what it is. But what I will say is, obviously Plants and Branded won it, but there was so much Snake Eye representation in that room. It was unbelievable, ladies and gents. There were quite a few rogue decks. I seen Valmonica at the tables. It was crazy. But like literally Snake Eye, Branded, Tempai, they were everywhere, ladies and gents. Literally everywhere. So it was a tough one. I can see an emergency ban list coming up soon. Well, I say emergency ban list, just a ban list, and it's definitely going to address Snake Eye in some way, shape, or form. There's no way that deck can continue to exist the way that it has been existing. There was a lot of complaints about having to play Snake Eye because of the nature of the game, with it being a heavy hand trap meta, and some people finding it frustrating to play because of it. Road decks are just getting absolutely doo-dooed on because there's just so many hand traps in the format, and rogue decks just cannot function, like especially against a couple of hand traps as well as a full Snake Eye board. They just can't compete. So yeah, I think something's gonna happen soon. But all in all, ladies and gents, it was an experience to say the least. I think I'm gonna have to buck up my ideas for the next OTS and upcoming regionals, just to kind of like get back on track and actually make a name for myself, because I felt like I could have did really well in this UK Nationals, but I didn't, just because my own reservation. So it is what it is. But anyway, ladies and gents, if you did go to UK Nats and you were around, how did you get on? Definitely let me know in the comment section below. I met a few people that did pretty well, to be honest, especially when they weren't playing Snake Eye. It's either like Snake Eye, Branded, or Bust, basically. Sorry, Tempai as well, or Bust. But a few people did pretty well, especially with some less well-known decks, which was really good. But let me know how you got on anyway, or in the nationals that you're playing in, let me know how you get on, because I know there's a few people that watch in America, so definitely let me know. But anyway, we find ourselves at the end of another video, ladies and gents. If you did like this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that beautiful good stuff, and I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.